What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. Guys, I'm not in my usual setup again, so I do apologize about that, but we have breaking news. Not even really breaking news. It happened quite a few hours ago, but in case you hadn't already heard, or I'm here to just talk about it again, the Indianapolis Colts traded 2 first-round draft picks to acquire Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner. It is a crazy day, to say the least. Let me know in the comment section how you're feeling about this trade. Let your thoughts be known. But thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Just want to say shout out to FanDuel for sponsoring this stream. The Colts were 6-point favorites going into this overseas matchup against the Atlanta Falcons. Got to imagine after this that it's going to be interesting for sure going forward. Andrew, I see that super chat. I'm going to get to that here in a minute. I'm going to post this. That's right. Colts trade for cornerback Sauce Gardner. Guys, we're hoping that the Indianapolis Colts would make even more moves today. I honestly did not expect this kind of move from the Indianapolis Colts. I had heard from a bunch of different people that, the Colts were in the cornerback market. Did not think that it would be a big name like this. I did get told a few weeks back that Sauce Gardner would be in the possible trade market for the Indianapolis Colts. I did get told that could be a possibility, but I really did not think that Sauce Gardner was actually in serious intention for coming here. So this was definitely a wild thing. I was watching the Pat McAfee show when this situation went down. Give me 1 second here, guys. Cody says he sent me an email. Let me do something here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just let me save. I just want to fix something here real quick. So give me just 1 second. Just trying to fix some things up here. Just adding a thumbnail to this thingy here. Why is it not on there? Come on. There we go. There we go. Now it should work. Now we should be good. But anyways, yeah, so we got to talk about this, guys. So obviously, the Indianapolis Colts, I heard a couple different things, but when it comes to this particular move, I mean, this was insane. I was watching the Pat McAfee show when this news broke with my family right all around me. And it was crazy, to say the least, of what this team just pulled off. I mean, Chris Ballard, again, we know what he has done this offseason, bringing in guys like Charvarius Ward, bringing in guys like Cam Bynum. And now all of a sudden, you just went overhauled and went and brought in a perennial top 10 cornerback in the National Football League. Even if you don't believe he's a top 10 corner in the league, top 20, no question about it. But now, when Charvarius Ward comes back from his concussion on IR, this secondary will now have Charvarius Ward on the outside, Sauce Gardner on the outside, Kenny Moore and the slot, Cameron Bynum at strong safety, and Nick Cross at free safety. Actually, it's free safety for Bynum and strong safety for Cross. Guys, you're looking at the best secondary in the National Football League when everyone is healthy. I mean, this was a incredible trade. I did not expect the Colts to make this kind of move. I know people were pounding the table for Trey Hendrickson. I know that the Indianapolis Colts were certainly trying to go after Trey Hendrickson, but again, the Bengals would not move off of Trey Hendrickson without at least a first-round draft pick. And unfortunately, you have, and then people are saying, like, why not Trey Hendrickson and something for a first rounder and something else, and Sauce Gardner for 2 firsts? Like, why does that make any sense? Well, Sauce Gardner, he's only 25 years old. You know, you're going to have Sauce Gardner until he's 30 based on the contract that you currently have him under. So that's one thing. And also, Sauce Gardner hasn't been injured like Trey Hendrickson has been this year. Trey Hendrickson, he's been getting injured a lot this year. He's older, and it's in a particular situation where it's just not worth it. And, oh, yeah, I didn't mention A.D. Mitchell also traded in that trade package to the Jets for that as well. I mean, listen, guys, whatever everyone felt about A.D. Mitchell, it is what it is. Likely this means that Alec Pierce is probably going to be a prime candidate for an extension this offseason. Not surprising. And, you know, A.D. Mitchell, again, he forced his way out of this roster. I mean, he really did. I mean, it's not a particular situation that the Colts wanted to get themselves into. But, I mean, the great part is Sauce Gardner, he's going to be on a plane today heading to Indy. So pending physicals, then the trade is all good. And that means that he can do, he would be able to do practice tomorrow and Thursday to be able to practice with the team, and likely will get the start for the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday overseas in Germany. Think we got fleeced on this trade? No, in no way, shape, or form was this us getting fleeced, man. No way. There's no way. We just got a very, very good we just got a very good cornerback for 2 first rounders. But I'm gonna break that down here in a second. One sec. Okay, so listen, let's talk about that trade here for a second, because obviously people are wanting to know, who won the trade, the Jets or the Indianapolis Colts? And honestly, both sides benefit from this. Okay, obviously the Indianapolis Colts find this very good. The Colts obviously win this as well, because you have a situation where you brought in a top corner and it improves your secondary, especially until Charvarius Ward gets back. I mean, it's a phenomenal move. And then, of course, when you talk about, I mean, it improves your secondary to the point where it makes you a top secondary even better. You already had a top secondary when it comes to everything else. And then now you just brought in another amazing player. And of course, the Jets have a good one in that one because they're acquiring 2 first-round draft picks that because they know they're going to be heading in a different direction going forward, they figure why waste the prime of a player while they're trying to rebuild? Because obviously they got a new GM, they have a new coach now. They need to, and they're going to be in the market for a quarterback this year. They have to find a way that they're going to, be able to just bring in all these new players and new things for them. So obviously, this move made sense for them. Now, giving up 2 firsts, people were asking, is that even worth it? Like, why would the Colts give up that much? Well, here's the thing. Those 2 first rounders, right? First things first, those 2 first rounders, they're likely going to be later first rounders. Okay. And so these are not first round draft picks where you're inside the top 10 or even inside the top 15, where you're in the bottom half of NFL teams. That's not what these are. So obviously, it's the value of those first rounders are all dependent upon how the Colts do. And it's just not really the same thing as trading it away if you were in that sort of situation, right? So the first rounders, in and of themselves, they are not that valuable for the Colts. And especially for the fact that the Colts, they're not really in the market for a quarterback. Like, we know that the Indianapolis Colts are likely going to be giving Daniel Jones some kind of extension this year. Daniel Jones and his group of people and the Colts have been in constant communication, about trying to, get trying to get a contract deal done. So I'm not worried about that. And when it comes to, you don't have to go for a quarterback. So first rounders, they're not absolutely necessary unless you have giant gaps in the roster. But the problem is the Colts don't have a giant hole in the roster right now, except for maybe at linebacker in coverage. But again, you have the quarterback that you hope you're going to get. You have the running back of your future. You have offensive linemen that you know you're good about. And even if you move off of Braden Smith, I trust the ability of the Indianapolis Colts to draft a guy that's going to be able to do his thing, be able to draft another offensive lineman in this draft. Sure, it won't be a first rounder, but how many offensive linemen on this roster right now are first rounders? Only one. That's Big Q. Only Big Q. Bernard Ryman was a third rounder. Tanner Bortolini, fourth rounder. Matt Gonsalves, third rounder. Braden Smith, second rounder. You can go and get guys in the second and third round in the offensive line group and figure things out. Or you can make a move later on when you see your cap situation, how you want to handle that. Hopefully Braden Smith will come back for, a little less money over the span of that time. But nevertheless, the 2 first rounders, and I had another point on it. What was it? And also, guys, don't listen to the Jags under guy. He's making things up. So he's making things up. He has no idea about anything. So don't listen to him. One second, guys. Okay. But anyways, yeah, so and then obviously when you look at the numbers, right? You're only paying him $625,000 this year, which, is actually offset on the fact that the Colts were paying more for Adonai Mitchell. So actually it helps your cap space already right now, right? Um and then year 2, you're only paying him, about $5 million the next year. So that doesn't really add a huge strain to the cap. And then year 3, you're gonna be paying. I think it's a little higher than that. I think it's closer to 20 actually. In year 4, it's like 25. But even still, like for a perennial top corner to be paying under $25 million a year for every single year, I mean, it's absolutely insane. It's a huge momentum boost because and then on top of it all, excuse me, like we said, Sauce Gardner is 25. He's going to be 30 by the end of this contract, even if the Indianapolis Colts don't keep him for the entirety of the contract. So, and then on top of it all, right? I know that in the last few years, he hasn't had the greatest seasons, hasn't had the greatest seasons. I mean, the numbers don't always jump off the screen, but he's done what he's done as a Jets corner, right? In a situation where the Jets, they are just all bad, right? It's depressing being in New Jersey and playing in that uniform with that team, man. So, and so you get a situation with a 25-year-old, once all pro corner that can come to your team that has a better defense, a better team, a better scheme, all of that stuff, and is going to be in a much better situation than what he was in New York. So, I mean, it's a phenomenal, phenomenal situation. I mean, the change of scenery really could probably do a lot of great things for Sauce Gardner and this team going forward. I mean, I'll have to look up what Chris Ballard said about it. Andrew with the $5 super chat. Did we just get the best secondary in the NFL when healthy? Oh, no question. No question. Sauce Gardner still is one of the best corners in the league. Charvarius Ward, when healthy, one of the best corners in the league. Kenny Moore, one of the best corners in the league. Cam Bynum has been really great this year. Nick Cross has been good this year. I mean, there is not a weak link in your secondary at all when it's healthy. Not a weak link anywhere. So it's a phenomenal, phenomenal move. Hunter Peterson with the $2 super chat. I'm really excited for the secondary when healthy. Yeah, man, you just got to get through this bye. And then I think Ward might be back. Lancey Boy with the $2 super chat. Greatly appreciate that. With another $2 super chat. This gives the pass rush that extra 1 to 2 seconds. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this definitely impacts the defensive line for sure. To have these secondary guys be so elite. And the best part is, too, is you have a corner in Sauce Gardner, and when Ward comes back, you have guys that are going to be able to lock down their corners in areas, and then you're going to be able to blitz the football a lot more. You're going to be able to blitz more on early downs because of the situation that of the corners that you do have now. And Colin Cowherd said this earlier, and it was a good point. Like, most teams don't have a really good corner number 2. Some teams don't even have a really good cornerback 1. Now we have an elite number 1, number 2, and a slot corner. They're all elite. So, I mean, this was home run situation for the Indianapolis Colts for sure. Bringing in another young player that in his first 3 seasons under contract is going to get massively underpaid for the production that he does put up. And it's just a great way to solidify that area. It really is. See if I can pull up what Chris Ballard said today. So yeah, the statement he made on getting Sauce Gardner today. So he said, having the opportunity to acquire a talented player like Sauce Gardner was one we did not want to pass on. He was a player that we scouted heavily coming out of college, and there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick. Sauce is a proven cornerback. His skill and competitive nature will elevate everyone's play on the defensive unit. We are thrilled that he is a Colt. On that same note, A.D. Mitchell is a great person and a great player. We believe he will have success in New York, and we wish him the best as he enters the next chapter of his career. So I want to see. So when it comes to 2025 cornerback separation prevented and on ball grade, there has only been this season, there's only been about maybe 3 or 4 corners that are better than Sauce Gardner. I don't know if it'll actually show you guys or not, but like literally outside of maybe DJ Turner and Jamal Dean, Cooper DeJean, Sauce Gardner is like there. It's easy. See if I can find some stats. And also, in case you guys didn't already know, Alec Pierce, the wide receiver for us, those two are teammates. They were on that Cincinnati team that made it to the college football playoff back in 2021 and 2022. I mean, those two are legit, man. Watcher of the West with the $10 super chat. We just mortgaged our future because Ballard is desperate to save his job. This is a worst trade I can remember Colts making. No defender in the league is worth 2 first rounders. Well, I appreciate the $10 super chat, but I wholeheartedly disagree with you. There are plenty of defenders that can be worth 2 first rounders. But as I was saying before, like, you're giving up 2 late first round picks on a team that already has everything they could want offensively and a secondary that is now elite. You don't need a ton of different things with those first rounders to be able to improve this roster the way that you want. That you definitely, it is worth it. And it's not mortgaging our future by giving up 2 picks. We still have second rounders, third rounders, fourth rounders, fifth rounders, sixth rounders, seventh rounders. We have room. We have picks still. Yes, first rounders, you're more, you increase your chances of getting a stud, but you're basically trading away 2 draft picks for getting a proven corner that is really good. And again, this Colts team is in win now mode. After 2026, a lot of the players that you have on this roster, like DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, Big Q, guys like that, your cornerstones, those guys are getting older. Those guys are about done. Like maybe Big Q, maybe not quite as much, but Defoe's not getting any younger. Grover's not getting any younger. Zaire Franklin certainly isn't. So, and obviously Charvarius Ward, when he's done with this contract, he's probably not going to be playing for much longer after that. Like, I mean, that's the point that we're trying to make is you have players that are nearing the end of their careers, really. And so 2 first-round picks, are you going to get a corner in this draft at pick between 20 and 32 that is going to be better than Sauce Gardner this year? Are you? Are you? So, like, if you can sit here and definitively tell me that you're going to get a corner in this draft that is going to be an all-pro level cornerback next year as a rookie, then please tell me who it is so I know who we messed up. There is no way that you can definitively sit here and tell me that there's going to be a corner that's better than what Sauce Gardner is right now. And then so what if next year you lose out on one more pick? So what? So what? It would have been different if Ballard gave up 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders to go and get him. Like, it doesn't matter. You gave up 2 firsts for an elite corner, which you presume to eventually to be an elite corner. And it's so funny, too, because it's like the same people who are complaining that the Colts made these moves, I imagine that the majority of you were probably saying also, if Ballard didn't make a move in the trade deadline, then you'd be saying, there goes Chris Ballard once again. I mean, I had people in my DMs literally messaging me saying, if Ballard doesn't make a move at all, I'm done. I'm sick of his ass. I'm done with him. Like, that's the people that I'm like that people are arguing with me with about this stuff. Like, and then when the Colts do make a move, they're like, oh, well, guess I was wrong. Like, see, that's the point. Like, some people you just can't make happy. You just can't make them happy. Yo, Obama Phone Pro Max 5G with the $5 super chat. Having elite cornerback talent should help the pass rush too. Absolutely. Hey, Wildcats in here. What's up, man? I think that's what people don't realize, that the roster is basically set now with this final piece. Obviously can make a free agency move too, but no one on the roster is needing replaced. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's why you have first rounders to fill big needs. And right now there's not a giant overwhelming need anywhere on this Colts roster. Honestly, making the move for Sauce Gardner, I didn't even think we really needed to do that because I thought that our cornerback room, when healthy, was still good, right? So that's the point. My only issue is it means Daniel Jones has to be that guy for the next few years, and I'm not so dead set on him. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get where you're coming from with that. It's very true. You're right, because now this means the Indianapolis Colts are dead set on Daniel Jones for the next several years. They're going to have to get a deal done, and who knows what that number is going to look like. And, you're hoping that Daniel Jones continues to keep playing, obviously not how he played against Pittsburgh, but the previous 8 weeks or 7 weeks prior to that. That's what you hope that Daniel Jones will do. You'll hope that he'll continue to play decent football and be able to make this team continue to compete at a high level. I mean, I just tell you, adding another elite corner to the squad is just never a bad idea, especially for all the cornerback issues that we've had, right? Obviously, you have Sauce Gardner. You have Charvarius Ward, who's under contract for the next 2 seasons. Kenny Moore, who's under contract until the end of next year. And that's another thing, too. Kenny Moore, he's not going to be around for much longer. He's playing great football still, but he is on the other side of 30 years old, I think. No, wait a minute. I don't think he actually is. Hold on a second. Let me check. Okay, so yeah, he is 30 years old. So, But I mean, again, it comes down to um but I mean, again, the Colts are buying all in. The Colts are all in on everything right now. I mean, they are loading up. They truly believe that this is a move you make when you feel your team is ready to compete. And that's what the Colts feel right now. They do feel that they are. Their offense, they obviously had a shock of an event happen against Pittsburgh, but they feel that offensively they can put up points and that if they bolster up that defense even more, they're going to just absolutely crush whoever they have in front of them. And with a secondary like that, you can make things happen. Think Wally is a Kenny replacement eventually. Yeah, no doubt it could be. Yeah, first round mainly used to draft D linemen, offensive tackles, QB, wide receiver, DBs. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're going to get Daniel Jones back here for the next few years, you don't need to worry about that. Defensive backs obviously don't need to worry about that. The Colts have put a lot of effort into that. D linemen, yeah, I do agree. We could probably still work with that. Um, but you can still draft people in the second round with that if you need to. Offensive lineman wise, yeah, I mean, most of your guys are going to be under contract for the next 3 to 4 years, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Yeah, the first round is mainly for your premium positions, you know. But yeah, our D line might start getting better pressure now with the better coverage. Oh yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. No doubt at all about that. I mean, and that's what should happen because again, Sauce Gardner going into this year, people keep saying he's not playing the greatest this year, and even last year, but this year he's still like from I don't know who all has been pointing it out, but like he has still been one of the most efficient corners this year, even though the year that the Jets have had this season. So him coming into Indianapolis with a better team, a better defense overall, and a better scheme and a better situation where he's now teammates again with his former teammate at Cincinnati and Alec Pierce, people he knows, and he'll be able to play indoors and be able to do all this other stuff. I mean, I couldn't think of a better situation for a young really good corner to walk himself into. I mean, this is a beautiful situation for it. Yeah, almost every player leaving New York plays better. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a different environment, it's different scheme, all that stuff. It's just so much less pressure sometimes. Shout out to everybody watching right now. But I mean, I feel like the Indianapolis Colts, they went balls to the wall, man. They're putting all their chips in. They are locked in for 2025 and 2026. Obviously, they're going to have to work on bringing Daniel Jones back, but I have very little concern that they won't get that done. So, I mean, again, these next 2 years, that's when most of your star players are still under contract. They'll have to work on trying to bring Alec Pierce back. They may potentially be able to bring Nick Cross back. I don't know. Braden Smith, you hope that they can bring back. Jarvis asking, can we still get Trey Hendrickson? No, I don't believe so. The trade deadline is officially over. And unless something happens very, very soon, I don't think that there's anything else that can happen because now that the trade deadline is over, all the trades need to have been done by now. But again, I heard from people that the Colts were very active in trying to get Trey Hendrickson. Okay, it's not the fact that they didn't try. It's just the fact that the Bengals are stingy as all can be. They didn't want, their asking price did not move ever. Even though the fact that Hendrickson hasn't played much of this year, they still didn't want to move off of him unless they were getting at least a first rounder. So just nothing you can do about that. And especially when the Colts, obviously traded 2 first rounders in order to be able to get Sauce anyways. You obviously didn't have a first rounder to go with, and it is what it is. The Bengals are just the Bengals, right? They let Logan Wilson walk for a bag of Skittles. Yeah, dude, I'm super shocked that the Cowboys were able to get Logan Wilson the way that they did, since he also wanted Big Grove. Yeah, Grove is going to be off of payroll here in a few years too. I mean, again, Grove, he's getting older. You're going to have some stuff to figure out. And see, that's what I'm saying, right? Is the fact that almost everyone that you want on your team right now is here now. So those 2 first rounders, sure, maybe 2027, that first rounder might be an issue. Maybe the Colts can potentially trade someone for a first rounder back, or maybe they accumulate some extra picks somewhere from some other trades and then, be able to accumulate a first round somewhere. Who knows? But trading away that 2026 first rounder, not a big deal in any way, shape, or form. 2027's first rounder could have an impact because obviously you're going to miss out on some players there. That's when it could potentially be something. But again, the mindset is you are all in for the next 2 seasons at least. So that's really all that matters here. So can't really say much else. I mean, that really is about it. But anyways, guys, I'm probably going to hop off here. I didn't really want to, make this stream too long. I have some stuff I need to get done, and I have a roundtable tonight. In case anyone doesn't know, I do Roundtable Sports. I'm part of the Roundtable Sports Network. Be sure to check us out. We go live every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I go up against some of the best content creators of the AFC South. So be sure to check us out there. But that's going to do it for this one. Again, shout out to FanDuel for sponsoring this stream. I'm loving it. Colts made a giant move at the trade deadline. Absolutely love it. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll be live tonight at 7 with the Roundtable Boys. So that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much. And as always, go Colts.